So first things first, we're gonna drop this barrel in action out of the factory stock. So we're gonna remove the bolts, put that over there, and then just undo the action screws, which there are 2 of them. That one's done. And this one's done. So the reason I chose this gun to build my platform off of was a lot of recommendation from some guys that I am starting this journey that have way more experience than I do, but they are running the same platform. A lot of them have some upgrades, like upgraded barrels. A lot of people are running the L3I barrels, which is where I'll probably end up later on. So hopefully, but I'm just starting out. I didn't want to drop a whole bunch of money. I picked this CZ 457 up for $5.99 and free shipping off of Gunbroker, out of a place up in PA, which obviously, as everybody knows, that's super helpful when you're, because retail on these guns is, I mean, it's not super expensive, but it's not cheap by any means. So anywhere you can find something cheaper is always preferred. But a lot of the things that I read online about barrel length, you know, your 22s top out at velocity, you know, your muzzle velocity, your burnout on a 22 is around 16 inches. So a lot of guys run shorter barrels, but a lot of them are running at least a 20-inch barrel, and a lot of the things I've seen online were motivated towards 18 to 20-inch barrels from some guys that are in the field itself already. So that's why. Action, if we can get it to focus here. Action and barrel. Stock trigger. Like I said, your stock trigger is great. If I wasn't using it for a match gun, I would definitely leave that in there. But first thing we're going to do is change out the trigger and then get ready for everything else. So wait for part 2. All right, so first things first, we've got our Timney trigger here, and we chose the 457 ST. It has an adjustability from 10 ounces to 2 pounds. Brand new in the box, just came in today. So I wanted to do the unboxing with you guys, and then we'll get into going through how to install this on the rifle. Box open. This is a drop-in trigger, so you won't need a gunsmith to do this. Obviously, I've been through the gunsmith training, but it's not a necessity to have a gunsmith to install this, unless you're just not familiar with the process, or comfortable doing the process, then it's better to seek out some assistance if needed. But this process is pretty straightforward and easy. So in the box you have just the trigger itself and an Allen wrench, and then here's the factory trigger. We'll just have to take the trigger assembly screw right there in the front out, and it should come out the rest of the way. I'll just have to look here once I get inside, and then the safety and everything comes with the new trigger, so it's just a drop out and swap in. So stand by, we'll get to that. All right, so here we go. We're gonna install the new Timney trigger and replace the factory trigger. So we've already taken the stock off. The action screws to take the stock off came out with a T25 Torx. The T25 Torx we're also going to use for the trigger assembly screw in the front. To remove it, we're just going to take that out. We don't want to lose that because that has to go back in the new trigger assembly. So now we got to take this little C-clip off. And we don't want to lose that, so we have to be very careful with that. Tweezers. Alright, so we're not going to lose this today. It's a little C-clip right here on this. Have to pull it out. Okay, pop that off. And then it should be able to just push that pin through a little bit. Take this little dental tool, slide the pin out. So this way, just don't want to lose it. I get a punch. Honey punch. So just take your I lied, not small enough. Hold on. How about hush? Hey! Food! It'll take us a 5/64 punch and just gently push that the rest of the way out. So now the factory trigger is free. And to put that back in it too. Okay, so Factory trigger taken out. Nothing to it. And then it's time to install the new one. So, slide her down in the hole. And we'll put the front screw in it. Hold it in place for us. Maybe. Pig! Piglet! Get away from there! Come on. Alright. So, just put the front screw back in. Be gentle with it and don't make sure it doesn't cross thread. Threads in easily. And we're not going to torque it down just yet. Just put that in so we can hold it in place. Peg! Now we don't put that back in. And put the little pin back in. Just like so. And we will flip it over and put that C-clip back in there. Actually, I'm going to put it up like this because these little buggers are tricky. Peg! Stop, buddy. Stop. Move. Piglet! Pig. Shut up! Piglet. Food. Piglet. Pig. Piglet. Stop. Lay down. Lay down. Stop. Hmm. Hey. Piglet. Piglet. Stop. Enough. Pig. Piglet! Pig! Would you shut up? Okay, so I got the trigger in, got the C-clip back on, new trigger in. I'm not going to torque it down all the way because I'm going to get back in here and tinker with it some more. So I'm just going to tighten it up hand tight so that way it'll still function. So let's put the bolt back in it. Test her out here. Oh my goodness. Super, super light. That's awesome. Shut up! If you guys can see here. I think it's set at 2 pounds. I'm going to be dropping it down to 10 ounces. So I'm going to get the trigger gauge out and see what it's at. Pretty sure Timney told me that it was going to come at 2 pounds and then I could adjust it down. Alright, okay. Let's test this old pull weight here. Piglet. So it's at 15 ounces. 15.9 ounces. So, I mean, before I go all the way down to 10, I will probably hold steady at that 15. But, all in all, there's the new trigger. And, well, catch me on the next one.